So here I am, guys, back here with this new video about us losing the Super Bowl. Now listen, the reason it took me, it would now be about 24 hours or so, a day, whatever you want to call it, to record this video, is I had a lot to sit back and think on. You know, at that moment, after losing that game and people over the house and whatnot, there's nothing to say. You know, you're lost for words. You know, it's a game, you understand. You can win or lose. One team's going to win, one team's going to lose. We get it. Hold on one second. I'm pissed off. Hold on. We get that. We do. Team can win or lose and whatnot. But in the way we lost, I'm going to mess a lot of things up here. I'll probably make this another video at some other time too. But to think that, you know, you're up 10 points going to halftime and then you come back and lose it. Listen, if the Eagles go back to the Super Bowl next year, I don't think so. We'll talk about that later because all the free agents, all signing things, this and that, free agencies and all that stuff, the whole, off-season acquisitions for teams. We'll talk about that. But say they go next year or the year before, and the year later, 2 years later, and they win, I'll be happy, yeah, but I'll still be upset about this because this season, this was the best Eagles team in our franchise's history. Okay? The best record in our franchise's history. The quarterback playing out of his mind. 10 sacks from 4 people on that defensive line. 10-plus sacks from 4 players on the defensive line. Balling out. Up there, damn near with the 85 Bears. This is literally, you look at all statistics, all the games won, everything. One of the greatest teams in NFL history. But it didn't get capped off with the Super Bowl win like it should have. Like the 2000 Ravens, 85 Bears. I mean, I can keep going on, but you know, Patriots probably say the same thing when they went 18-0 and whatever, 17-0 and they lost 18, whatever. You get the whole deal. So that hurts me a little bit. It does. I go, damn, you know, that kicks in too. And I go, they ain't going to duplicate this season. Now, they might have a season where it's, all right, they win 10, 11 games, 12 games. They get in the playoffs. Maybe they go around and make the Super Bowl and win. But to get accumulate that many wins and go on that, and it would have been so big to win it. Jalen Hurts' second year, Nick Sirianni's second year, both at the helm, as head coach quarterback. Howie Roseman cements himself automatically as a Hall of Fame GM if they win it. Now, there's so many ways to look at it. Look, we lost the game, and that's it. Congratulations to the Chiefs, and I give them all the credit in the world. I do. Give it to him. I give it to Andy Reid. Shout out to him. Fuck him, but shout out to him, whatever. It comes down literally to 4 plays, in my opinion. One of them, I don't even want to blame Hurts for, is that fumble. But I don't want to blame him for that because right after that fumble, he came right back out like nothing bothered him. Nothing fazed him. And he literally ran that ball a few times on the drive and then, ran it for a touchdown? He redeemed himself like that. They actually showed a graphic which really sickens me on NFL Network that Jalen Hurts is only Jalen Hurts, Steve Young, and Joe Montana to pass or have more than 350 yards in a Super Bowl and score 35-plus points and win, but Hurts lost. He's the only one with the L on the record. Steve Young won, Joe Montana won. Okay? If someone came to me and said, listen, all right, look, Patrick Mahomes is only going to pass for 182 yards, and Hurts is going to ball out. Your offense is going to put up 35 points. I would have thought we would have won it easily. That's literally what I was thinking. No, I can't believe it. So it comes down to the Hurts fumble, which I don't even want to blame him because he balled so well. He put the whole team on his back. He's the reason we were even in the damn thing. It also comes down to that punt return from Kadarius Toney. That set them up in the 5. It comes down to that bullshit call by the ref in that last minute. And to be honest with you, I hate to blame the refs. You know why? Because we shouldn't have even been in that situation. Our defense should have done their job and made at least 1 or 2 stops. That's all they had to do. They couldn't do that. And I somewhat blame the defensive players, but somewhat I don't. I blame Jonathan freaking Gannon. Bro, he shit his pants in this game, okay? He shit the bed. He acted like he was scared to death, okay? This is what really ticks me off. Okay, we go against these other teams, he beating them. When we go against these elite quarterbacks, he gives them so much respect, and he respects them so much that he's so scared to get beat deep that he has guys playing yards off the receivers and all this and that. To me personally, he called this defense as if Tyreek Hill was still on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's literally what he did. He had guys playing yards off the receivers, rushing. He blitzed, and that's the funny thing. We all were complaining that he didn't blitz too much. He blitzed a good amount in this game. He actually did. Like, more than he did all season in this game. Hell, even the one where Sky Moore scored a touchdown on us that wound up a touchdown, he called a 0 blitz on that play. Granted, I will get down to, and this goes for the Chiefs and Eagles. Why do you think Hurts wasn't hit so much in terms of sacks, or either was Patrick Mahomes? That field was terrible. I don't know what the hell made the NFL want to break out their brand new grass that they said they're trying to use to see if it's good for future games in the fucking Super Bowl. What makes them do that? And now guys are slipping and sliding. Guys with the Chiefs were saying stuff. Jordan Mailata, our offensive tackle, said, hell, in timeouts or, commercial breaks, whatnot, we were talking to Chiefs players, Eagles and Chiefs players, talking to her like, yo, we feel like we're playing in a water park. We're slipping and sliding, losing our balance. Our kicker, when he's doing a kickoff, he's slipping out from underneath them. What the fuck makes them think that in the Super Bowl, we should sit there and try to use this new grass now? And it's garbage, and it should not be used in any game at all for any stadium or any team. Because either going to cost them games or get people injured. Literally, it was terrible. And that's what I want to get off Gannon for 1 second. It did affect our pass rush somewhat. And it did affect their pass rush. So I'm not just saying it's one-sided. No, it's both teams. It did affect our pass rush, though. And you can see it on multiple plays. There was plays where Hassan Reddick was about to close in and then slips this way or slips that way. Same thing with Sweat or whoever else. Same thing with Frank Clark for the Chiefs. Slip in, slip out, whatever. Long story short. So that did affect it. Jonathan Gannon, though, he called this game, like I said, like Tyreek Hill was still out there. That he was so scared to get beat deep. And he respected Mahomes' deep ability and his big arm that he could beat us deep and da-da-da-da-da. That he was so scared of that he let them take everything out from in front of us. When in reality, the Chiefs haven't been a vertical offense in over a year. They ain't been a vertical offense since Tyreek Hill left, basically. And they had some guys, they lost Tariq Harmon, whatever his name is. He wasn't in this game. Multiple people were in this game. You had Juju Smith-Schuster, okay? A receiver. Whoever the other guy was, Sky Moore, and then Tyreek Hill tight end. Yes, Tyreek Hill can go deep and all that, but he was playing as if this was the vertical Chiefs of the old. The ones that from all these years prior with Tyreek Hill and all these speedsters. He was so scared. He shit his pants. And then when the halftime came, and we're up by 10 now. Now it's all right. And that was because of our offense. Defense, I think, made one stop maybe in that. Or was that the second? Whatever. I'm pissed off. So, they made the one. He makes no adjustments at all. I thought even when we were kind of getting chipped up in the first half a little bit by the offense, a tad by them, that I said, all right, you know what? Maybe he makes the adjustment like he always does. And I've been saying this all year long. Actually, for 2 years I've been saying, this guy does not make adjustments till halftime. And I said, when the playoffs come, there's going to be a point when you're down by 20-something, and when the adjustments come, it's over by then, which we were lucky it wasn't. We were actually up. So we decided, I guess, not to make the adjustment. And the Chiefs, on each possession, scored touchdowns. Damn near. I think it was third, fourth quarter, whatever it was. They were just scoring touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, passed for 156 yards. That's it. And we lost. Yeah, Hurts had one fumble, but he had 4 total touchdowns, 300-plus yards passing, 70 or 75 rushing. He's the MVP of the game. If you were ever going to give it to a player who was not not the winner of the team, it would have been him. He was the best player on the field that entire night. He really was. But Jonathan Gannon, he cost it as a defensive coordinator. He did. So I hate to blame the refs. But there is certain things like, look, that call at the end, everyone wants to talk about, right? But I want to talk about certain things like the Dallas Goedert catch, right? That they said was a catch, but wasn't a catch, and they were still debating, but they said it was. We came up real quick, snapped the ball. Out of nowhere, a late flag comes now. We're like, what? We snapped the ball, so the play was played. You can't. I thought, okay, maybe it's offsides on us, offsides on them. No, it was some ordeal where it was, guys were getting substituted in and substitute this, that. Give us the first down. All right, cool. Then when we went to snap the ball again, it gave them the chance to allow Andy Reid to challenge the fucking play. It's the first time in my entire life watching football that 3 plays later, the coach is now allowed to challenge a play from 3 plays ago. Thankfully, he lost the challenge, lost the fucking timeout, and we got what we wanted, okay? But I'm telling you, bro, that, and another fish thing was when we went to line up for the QB sneak, right? Went to line up for QB sneak. I've never seen this in my life. So we're going with the QB sneak. We have our guys line up. The refs come in and yell and try to grab the ball from our center for us not to snap it. They're in our fucking huddle. They're in our thing now when we're lined up. They didn't let us snap it because they were allowing the Chiefs to sub their players in and out. I've never seen that where refs go, you can't snap it right now. Let them sub their guys in real quick. And we still picked it up the first down. But still, I just did that right away. It was fishy to me. Then we get to the last thing. Granted, we lost. Okay, we did. Defense didn't do their job. Couldn't stop a nosebleed. And they weren't even doing anything fantastic. The Chiefs weren't. They were doing the opposite of what everyone thought. They were running the ball. And I think Gannon was expecting these boom, boom, boom all over the place and so scared of Kelsey. They were running the ball and just doing check down. Andy Reid outcoached him and outclassed him. He had his pants fucking pulled down. Jonathan Gannon. Okay? Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and his offense did everything in their power to keep us in this. Now, I said, granted, the field was a little slippery, so I can't really blame our pass rush too much. Same thing with the corner, whatever. But we get down to basically the final play of the game. This is the deciding part. It's 3rd and 8 or something like that. Chiefs are near the end zone. I remember saying right away to my boy, I said, listen, we have 2 timeouts. I said, I would allow the Chiefs to score a touchdown here. Let them score it. To give us a chance to go downfield and try to, score and keep it up. It was the most tic-tacky call I've seen since the Bengals and Rams Super Bowl last year. Same thing, in the end zone. And they called on some shit that had nothing to do with, it was not holding, it was the same exact thing. And it had the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Chiefs, literally, James Bradbury grabs the dude a little bit, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, little bit. Boom. They throw the flag late, too. The pass is incomplete. First off, they also looked up in the rule book that it's a non-catchable ball. It's a non-catchable pass. So how is it even called anyway? How? Okay, so that happens. Then, like I said, before it happens, okay, the play's good. Yeah, everyone's cheering. Yeah. Then it goes, late flag. It was Mahomes pointing out that he was whatever, and the refs threw the freaking flag. What to do from there? Sealed the game. They run the ball. We're trying to let them score a touchdown. So no, they need to kick a field goal, win the game. That pissed me off. To have a great game like that, being just an NFL fan, having a great game like that, and allowing them to decide the game, basically at the end, that avoided NFL fans from seeing maybe an overtime game, or Eagles win, or just whatever it might be. All goes right downhill like that. That really pissed me off. That pissed me off. Now, I do blame us, though. I do, like I said, there's multiple plays in those games, sequences that if we stop those, we win, or we should just took matter into our own hands. It shouldn't come down to the refs. But either way, it seems like it would have. And I don't know what else to say. It's funny, though, because earlier on in that game, James Bradbury actually was holding Juju Smith-Schuster, pulling him like this, and the refs called nothing, and Juju was freaking out and flipping out. I know, call. In the first or second quarter, I think it was. But now with the game on the line, basically, Juju doesn't freak out or nothing because I don't think he even knew he was held. Now they want to throw it. So all game long, you're letting these boys play and you're letting guys get away with certain things and not throwing flags. But when the game is on the damn line, it's when you want to throw it. If you're going to throw that flag, you might as well throw it all game long. Don't, when he's actually literally holding. This time it was just a tic-tacky call. The actual holding was, I ain't gonna lie, Bradbury got away with one. And they didn't do shit. But when he just grips the jersey just a tad bit like that, they call it. I'm not trying to blame the refs, but it just sucks that it comes down to that. And even like Pat McAfee, LeBron James, I mean, anyone in the world you can think of, whether Eagles fans or not even Eagles fans, there's reporters saying that, how does this amazing NFL game come down to this shit? It's bullshit, it really is. But I'm not blaming just refs. We should have done our job. Jalen Hurts proved to me he's a franchise quarterback. Jalen Hurts is one of a kind. He is up there, man. And my biggest takeaway from this is that under the biggest stage, on the brightest lights in the NFL, he balled. And he was the reason we were in this game or would have won this game. And we absolutely would have if defense made a few stops or that call wasn't called. That's my point. That's my opinion. Now, that's one takeaway. Now, like I said, about the defensive holding call or whatever, I would have rather us get the ball back, maybe Hurts throw an interception, and me know, okay, we choked and we lost, instead of it being held in their hands. But like I said, there's a lot of things we could have done. But one more thing, like I was going to say, Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback, and he proved to me under those bright lights he can play. Now, if he had a McNabb type game or a type of weird game where quarterback kind of chokes and plays shit again, we lost, I would be out of my mind right now thinking, where's the future going? Or do we have the guy who could play in the big game? Do we have this? We have that? We have that? I'm fine, though. And I think we can do it, man. I'm not looking to next season. I don't think next season we'll look at that at the time. Even next season, if we, like I said, we do go and win something, I'll still never get over this, because we should have 2 in the case right now and another one coming up. We're the best team in the league, best team on that fucking field, and it was ours, man. It was our championship to win. We blew it, man. But go Chiefs. Go Chiefs, go Birds. But shout out to the Chiefs, shout out to Andy Reid and all them, Mahomes. We'll see what happens this offseason. Go Birds, Fox Fly, comment below on your thoughts. It was a hell of a season, and I hope all you guys try to keep your head up, and hopefully we get over this. It won't take a month. It won't. It'll probably take a year, honestly. But Go Birds, Fox Fly, I'm out. Comment on your thoughts. Please let me know, and follow me on Twitter. You already know the deal on that. Peace, y'all.